How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about AMC. You already know it's going to be a big day going down for tomorrow. The markets were closed for today, so I know there's a lot of anticipation and I know there's a lot of things going down right now in the media, online, everywhere, and I want to make sure you guys are prepared. So the first thing that we're going to be going over is the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're an ape like myself who's holding shares, then I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is what's going down for AMC in the European markets. You're saying, why does this matter? Well, the reason why it matters because it does give us the potential of having a really good setup going into tomorrow, but we'll go into more details about that. Then the second thing we're going to be going over is all of the media FUD that is out there. I have people sending me messages saying, hey, they just said this or this article just came out. Well, you know what? We're going to clear all of that up and I'm going to show you, well, you know what? You just need to kind of get rid of all of that, all right? And then for the third thing that we're going to be covering are short sellers. We already know short sellers are saying, hey, this is no biggie. We already covered all of our short positions and stuff like that. But no. They are feeling it, and we're going to be going over why that is the case. And then when that is done, I'll be going over with my final thoughts. In my final thoughts, I'll be talking about a lot of the FOMO and anticipation going into tomorrow and everything that you need to know to be prepared. So let's get into it. So let's go over what went down in the European markets for AMC. So it ended up closing at $24.90. So when we convert this over to USD, this is around $30.44 the last time I checked. So this is definitely good. We're seeing all of our apes and shareholders in Europe who are buying up AMC. Another thing also to keep in mind, the volume that is traded in Europe is not as high that is traded in North America over here. So that's also another thing to understand, but this does give us a good setup. Another thing to also know, these are just the difference of exchanges here, right? It's only exchanges. We're still going into the same pool to buy that particular stock, which in this case, it is AMC. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So let's say, for example, we have pre-market going into tomorrow. We know it opens up at 4 o'clock. So if it's in the same particular range, maybe it might be at 25 or so on, then we can expect right in the beginning of pre-market to have a strong spike going into $30. So I want to make sure you guys are aware of that and you are prepared and you are not surprised. But again, if you are an ape, you already know what is going down already. So that explains that for you guys. Now let's go over all the media FUD and some articles that were actually sent to me that I want you guys just to ignore because it is all BS. So here's the first one. Forget AMC stock. 2 Canadian picks for superior growth. This is coming from the Motley Fool, Fool.ca, whatever. They are well known for putting out a lot of FUD out there. If you guys don't know what FUD is, it stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They're trying to make you nervous about holding AMC shares or trying to convince you that it's a bad investment. So this particular crap, get rid of it. For the next media FUD, this is actually coming from Benzinga. AMC and GME are not the only Reddit penny stocks to buy, according to top Wall Street analysts. Let's be serious here. Top Wall Street analysts, the price targets that they have for GME are a lot lower than where it's at right now. They want you to take your attention away from AMC. They want you to sell your shares. They want you to say, well, why am I in AMC when there's more opportunities out there? Again, this is just another way for them to take your attention from the cause that you're in. This is a movement that you're actually a part of. Take my advice and ignore this one too. And here comes the next one. AMC versus Dogecoin. Which is the bigger pump and dump scheme? Look at these plays on words. Oh, it's just a pump and dump, right? Comparing AMC to Dogecoin, which one is a better one to take? What kind of a message do you think they're trying to channel across here? We know there's volatility in cryptocurrency, but why is Dogecoin coming up in the conversation for AMC stock? Again, they want to stir your attention away. So this particular type of stuff, just ignore it. And they already know by using the term pump and dump, it carries negative sentiment overall around it. So if you're a new shareholder in AMC and you believe in the movement, ignore this trash right away. Now for the third media FUD that's being put out there, Forget AMC and buy these two landlords instead. And this is coming from seekingalpha.com. Again, they're trying to take your attention away from the cause. If you are in this particular play, which is AMC, you already know why we are in this in the first place. So do not let the media take your attention from what the focus is. And the focus is to buy and hold. As we get into the next section, let's go over what's happening with these short sellers. So this is actually on Twitter, checking out Ortex. So they said AMC short interest week summary. AMC had a wild week, a low of $12.08 and a high of $36.72. Closed the week at $25.65, a weekly increase of 112%. For short sellers, they lost $1.2 billion. And guess what? The short interest was at 17.93% of free. They are losing money like crazy. And due to the fact that, hey, we've had this whole long weekend, there's a lot of anticipation, there's a lot of FOMO, and I am going to be getting into that. I want to let you guys know, short sellers, they are not liking what is happening. But at the same time, we're trying to teach them a lesson. What we are looking for and what we want is just fairness here. They've been manipulating the market for quite some time. So when you see them come out in the media and they saying, well, you know what, I've already covered my positions, or saying, oh, well, you know what, no, they're just betting on themselves. It's just retailers that are just bidding up the price. And then who's going to be feeling the hurt in the end? It's going to be them. It's not us. We're doing completely fine. But you know what? That is all BS here, because you guys know, especially on this channel, you're going to be prepared and you know what the volatility actually is. And then on top of that, we've already seen they've been getting burned really bad. So the fact that they're trying to say and trying to downplay the whole entire situation, I just want you to ignore that too. And if we even look at the amount of shareholders and the amount of interest that is actually and the demand in AMC shares, hey, things are looking real bleak for them. And that's what I want to remind you guys of, and just know what you hold. So my message for the short sellers, be prepared to lose even more money. Now let's get into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for AMC, I'm looking forward to see it skyrocket into the $30 range come into tomorrow. If we end up having a lot of momentum and it's looking strong in the European markets, like I said previously in pre-market, we open up here at 4 a.m. tomorrow. If we're going to be in that $30 range, and again, this is in the European markets, then we're definitely going to be spiking into that 30 range in the US markets at 4 a.m. Sorry if that sounded confusing, but hey, it's just to let you guys know things are looking really good. Another thing we got to take into consideration, we just had a long weekend here. Everybody has been talking. You've been seeing the YouTube videos. You're seeing it all over. You have people that are telling their family members, their colleagues, their friends, everybody that they know, hey, are you buying AMC? Are you holding AMC? Are you a part of the movement? So I can't even imagine what the buying volume is going to be come on Tuesday. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to want AMC shares. The demand is going to be there. So that's why I want to make sure that you guys are actually prepared for this. Yes, we are going to have some people who are going to be taking profits. We're going to have those traders and so forth. But hey, that's okay. That is something that we actually saw last week as well. So I want to make sure that you're also prepared for that. Another thing that I also want to bring up, as far as the money that you're going to be having into this movement, just make sure it's money that you're not afraid to lose. I'm not saying that you're going to be losing all of your money, but what I am saying is you want to make sure whatever money that you're actually investing in, that you cannot, and I have to repeat, you do not have any emergency need for it. So it's not the type of money that you should need by next week, or it shouldn't be your rent money. I'm sorry if I keep saying this, but I want to make sure you guys understand this. And for my final point, if you're going to be buying AMC on margin, just make sure you have enough money to actually support this strategy. The last thing that you want to have is a margin call and being kicked out of the play overall in general, especially if you are part of the movement. This is why I emphasize, just make sure whatever money that you're willing to invest, you're not afraid to lose it. You have the capital that is required so you can maximize the gains you can get in this particular play. And also, before I sum this video up, in regards to your stop losses, I know myself and many other apes do not have them set up. You already know there's a lot of manipulation in this stock, and there's a lot of stop loss hunting. So I want you to make sure that you have a strategy that is right for you. I know many are going to be turning it off, and I know many that have it on, but they're going to keep it fairly loose. So you need to decide what is actually best for you. I'm not going to tell you to turn it off completely. That is not my role. I am not a financial advisor, but it's one of the things that you want to be very cautious about if you are using a stop loss. So I hope you guys found this video, and we'll be talking real soon.